Oh my God! Woo! Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're taking a look at round 4, match number 6. This is CyberAgent Legit versus DYM Messengers. Now, this one can swing either way for different reasons. DYM is definitely the street crew of the season, and the judges really like that. CyberAgent, however, has been very consistent at bringing really great concepts. So I am super curious as to what they're going to bring. DYM has to clean up their routines in order for them to have a shot at beating CyberAgent, regardless of how amazing the essence of the style is. You just have to have that. So I am definitely intrigued as to how this is going to swing. All we have really left to do is just to take a look and kind of gather our thoughts and have fun. And I just noticed I have a little hair, so maybe that'll get fixed while we take a look at these matches. Let's do it. Nice. Fun. Woo! Nice. Love that. Okay. That didn't feel quite as connected to that dun. You just vibrated through the whole thing and didn't really recognize that sound transfer. So that would be my big note to this. Fun. That was enjoyable. Really liked it. It was nice. It was suave. It was a vibe. Let's go ahead and analyze this bad boy from the top. I mean, it definitely it has a super retro vibe, and I think it vibes very well. I do feel with CyberAgent, they do have 2 members of Jet Boy Bangers in here, and so I feel that they may be pulling audience vote because of that influence, because DYM is a very new crew. So there's going to be a natural, they have a lot of work to do to build up popularity because audience can be influenced by that, I have learned. But let's go ahead and take a look at the performance. Love how we set it up. We go from our extroverted and then we kind of neutralize it down. Really fun. Having one person move from one side, then dropping it down on the speed change. Then having the 2 join and then everybody else do a particularly different add-on. Having your leader swing them back up, creating nice energy. Bringing it down in the middle. Really love that tension. Super nice. Swinging it through. And then switching it up. Speed changes never hurt nobody. Love that choice. Pulling it up. Looking down. Nice little heel tap here. Bringing up the energy. I love that. Bringing it down with the leg, but also noting where it is. Head does matter in these types of routines. Noticing some are aiming more towards looking at the foot, some are looking more towards the side. So that would be something to clarify as well. Some are really committed to whatever particular angle. It's subtle, but it does make a difference. I'm bringing it through. Love the energy of this. Synchronicity is definitely in check here. I really, really like it. Having the pull of the energy. Love how you bring it up. Ding, ding, nice teetering down with that energy. Switching it through a little bit of locking influence, and I love that choice. Do 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 do. They look down. Do 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 do. Build it up even more. Super fun. And then they choose to create a strobe out of that moment, which was super dope. Digging it in. Really nice moment share. Turny, turny, turn. New feature. Now, what's interesting there is that was a really nice spotlight transfer. That felt manual. I don't know, but normally they program lights. So I like the add-on. That was really fun. Definitely builds really well having your last person join in. Before everyone starts to change direction, have your 2 female features. I love it. Nice little give me 5. Ding, 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 building it up. Love that. Swinging it through, having them do the same thing, so it looks like a true mirror, but one's facing the back, one's facing the front. So they are actually doing the opposite in order for them to go the same way, which I like that, where they have it and then they have a sense of resistance out of it. So that's really, really enjoyable. With the taps, really fun. Then we now have an every other situation where they are facing towards each other, which gives it a nice little vibe as well. Having your 2 ladies that were just in before, they come right back in nice and seamlessly. This part was super cool. They held that really, really well, dropped it down. Nice popping. Now, do I feel like we could be teetering potentially in, I mean, the syncopation is great, don't get me wrong. I would say maybe some of the postures is something more on the predictable side from CyberAgent, because remember, I think it is appropriate whenever we look at concepts or we look at repeats of formations, techniques, textures, and dynamics within the group, within the league, because that can lower only one category, creativity. Everything else, it doesn't discredit the complexity, does not discredit the captivation, and it does not discredit the overall essence, performance, and presence. As you're just looking at it from a creative lens, for me, some of their setups do have some degree of overlap in their popping sections and who they choose to feature. Now, he is really, really great and an amazing, he's great pop, great energy. But that's just my big note, is that could teeter on the creativity side, maybe drop it just a smidge. But all the other components of what makes this section great, I'll still stand nice and tall. Really like that, where they go and they have a drop action. This was cool. I love the little interruption. Boom, boom, boom. I really love that. That was cool. Switching it through. I love how they rolled back and they used the leverage of the 2 shoulders to go whoop-ha, to kind of jump over. Great usage of levels. I did feel like one of our guys was a little bit, I feel like he was, he started a little bit too late in that section. If you notice, he has to play catch up a little bit. Oh, hold on. Maybe I was completely wrong there. That was nice. Oh, he had it an extra bounce, and that's why it felt offset. He did the movements right, but his bounce was slightly off, and then it got fixed. Switching it through. Love that he swings through. Great moment of energy. Hitting it down. Boom. Ding, ding, ding. Only her feature. She's the only one who didn't do anything there. That was nice, and it naturally made us be drawn to her, and now she's our feature, so it works. And then right there it goes boom. Da, ding, ding, ding. Really like the isolation choice here. I love the smile from some of them. It looks great. Love seeing the performance shift of energy. Digging it through. We are having a lot of concepts in this round that are teetering into, a lot of playful, into a lot of, tension heavy, going from fast, slow, a lot of speed changes within the techniques we're seeing, which is cool. Love the vibe of the energy there. Really, really nice on the mountain climber. Super fun. This part right here. So listen to the sound. It goes, but he vibrates the whole time. So listen. Yeah, so it kind of felt like he was do something with it and then vibrate it back out, but he didn't do that. He just vibrated until he couldn't vibrate anymore, and then he made do with what he had. That would be my big disclaimer on the musicality side. I wish he made a different choice or refined the choice to where it matched the music better. Really like that choice with the swing through and then draping with the head, bringing it down and up, boom, boom with a switch. Love that. Yes, we'd go boom, 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 dee, 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 dee. Really nice. Great unison section for sure. And I like the direction of the head. It's nice, the intentionality that we see there. Da, da, da. I like that. Lighting does help with that section. Notice it's a little bit heavier because we have 4 people on this side, 3 on this side because you have a feature in the middle. And of course, we operate with 8 people. And how we build it, we turn. branching it out. That did give a little bit of a finale, like we're about to finish, but we're still going. So I don't know if that works for or against them. Really nice on the, I knew, really fun. We're about to do a little Scooby-Doo. Not quite sure. Really nice on the Witch-A-Ways. Switching through. Great party energy. I mean, it's subtle. At least the lower half is definitely mashing, so it makes this feel more individualized, but still together in the synchronicity. Bringing it through. This boom, boom, transferring it over to the other side. Bringing it down and we come up. Really nice smile. I would say one of our guys, his arms was a little bit, I think that's our leader, right? They came up just a little bit too fast. So notice, watch. His arms are already at the mid. I mean, most of them are pretty close. And maybe it's, his arms need to be higher. Like, I think that's my note. Is that everybody's doing it here. Their arms are too low. That's what it is. My bad. So it's not my guy here. It's my guy next to him. His arms were too slow. And then nice little blackout. So in general, this was really fun, really enjoyable, tasteful. And so far they've been very consistent. So I'm very hopeful for them that they continue to do that. So because so far they're one of the front runners to definitely make it to the championship based on how they've performed in these first 4 rounds for sure. But we have their competitor DYM Messengers. Let's see how they do. Wow. Fun. Oh my God. Nice. I ranged slightly off there, but this is such an improvement from what we saw from their first couple rounds. Nice. That lower half is so tricky and syncopated. Goodness gracious. Okay, a little bit off from our center on that part. Oh my God! Woo! Wow. Super nice. Wow. Wow to that. That was pretty good. CyberAgent may experience their first loss with this one. Uh-oh. Hold on. Gotta verify it because DYM was off week 1. I mean, you got CyberAgent. They won their first round. Round 2. DYM lost their technical first round. They lost round 2, but CyberAgent won their round 2. Round 3 was CyberAgent won. DYM also won. And this round, there's a good chance DYM may pull out a win for this. That footwork, whoo, bless it. And I think it could have also been, I don't know if CyberAgent pulled a good strategy here because a lot of their technique that they were doing, I really like the push and pull of the tension. But a lot of the style that they were trying to do, of course they integrated more popping for sure, but a lot of their house, this type of complexity that they brought with their house here definitely upped the ante in sorts of being rewarded for it for the skill side. The skill side on this was wild. Goodness gracious, the setup was amazing. It does have a heavy tap influence here. And it gives it a nice vibe because it's just really nice, you know, like in a jazz club kind of sense. And so a lot of times you see people syncopate with tap. And with that type of instrumentation. Nice locking. I mean, for me, that just the into that jazz split. God, that was so cool. Right there to the shootouts, a little bit of breaking influence. So we saw 3 different styles represented: tap, locking, and breaking. That was so cool. With the hop over, really nice little pin drop on that. Here we go, getting ready. Really nice locking here. But notice, everyone gets to have their own little aesthetic. The investment of the Cypher influence around is so nice. They know how to set up an authentic scene like this. Like, it feels so authentic. Like, it feels like this is how they live life, and it feels like we just get to see a snapshot of it. And I think that's what's been working in their favor. And this definitely works. I mean, look at the airtime of that. That's amazing. We're gonna really love the energy here. A little bit of, they definitely see more whacking involvement in that particular section right there. Look at the syncopation. Now, for this, they really got their lower half significantly more in check, which helps you appreciate the upper body even more. But because I think it was like, that's definitely something they've gotten a lot better at, because I would tell you their round 2 was definitely not the way that it needed to be. It was a little bit more on the simpler side in terms of trying to involve the upper body. And for me, I feel like we're slowly seeing, when it comes to Most Improved Award, I think DYM is really pulling it out on becoming more and more of an improvement from their previous selves. And I think that's exactly what you want to see in a league. Love the pull and the energy here. I would feel one of them is definitely investing more of the upper body into what's going on the lower half. The other one's looking front. So that would be something to kind of communicate. I know it wants to be individualized, but you want to have some degree of structure outside of just the lower half, because that's where we're really relying. Most of our energy is there. So even just the eye contact to the front, both projecting their arms out, we are expecting the arms to have some degree of range and check, turning it through. Love that energy there. That was nice. That was a great choice. They chose to do 2 different things with their upper body, very clear. Compared to both of their arms were out, we were expecting them to look the same. So you through. That was nice on the dynamic change. Woo, really nice. And then we switch it through nice and slow. Showcases that we're transitioning the energy to other people. Here we go. Now, we've had a nice little partner work. Nice little feature once again. One of the best things they did was have more unison. I think that was definitely what was needed. Having features once again, new. So it's like they keep having this little pop of feature, and then da-da-da-da-da-da, and then another feature, and then go da-da-da-da, 2 people this time, and then it adds on to a 3, and then, so they're doing a really good job of the pace. Like, they're keeping up with the pace, but they're making it interesting, and they're giving a nice ebb and a flow about it. Like, I feel like I have to spit bars to kind of talk through everything, which is super cool. I love that pick up the feet. This is super nice. Once again, we are teetering more individualized, which I think is fine. But I do always appreciate whenever we're really being mindful of what's happening in the upper body outside of just we're letting our lower half speak. I think for a choreographic toolkit, that is a healthy expectation to expect from a group. That was a nice energy that happened on this side, but for us, it did take away. What is happening on the other side? I want to know. And they do pan it, which is nice. So the ladies come in. This is where I know we're supposed to be in sync, because one of our dancers, if you notice for my dancer right here, she gets a little off in this section, and you'll be able to tell. 2, that part's fine. I love it with the kick through. That's nice. But notice she didn't, she overstepped. So she actually stepped a little too early when she, like right here, when she was supposed to step back. And that's why she was a little late in this next section. Whoops. That's not what I want. Try again. Oh, scroll for details. Got it. Yeah, notice she's tapped. Everybody held it. She had to tap and recover, and that's why she was a little bit off, but then they caught it, no problem. Switching it through. Love the little tension we held, bringing it through. Love it. Love the kicks. Gosh, it's so cool. Boom, 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 with a nice little Charleston variant. Goodness gracious. Woo! Feels like we're living it up in a speakeasy. So if that's the content they're going for, a bop. This is pretty bop, and I like it. Notice his is a little bit more subdued next to the person next to him, so that'd be something to just kind of keep in mind, that you're trying to want to match as close together as possible. If you're not going to have your arms be together, you got to have your lower half in check. Love this. Love, gosh, goodness gracious, I love those. These are the SpongeBob, right? I could be wrong. Yeah. That part was super nice. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da. I would say she was just a smidgen range-wise, I think. Either a little too fast or a little too slow. Let's see. She was a little too fast. That's what happened. No. She was fine. This guy was too slow. That's what it was. I'm trying to catch it. Bring it through, though. I think that was such an improvement, though. That was such a really hard, that was a very difficult, complex, polyrhythmic section of blocking that they did. And they made it a moment with just the 4 of them, and they held it down very well. Just a very minor range thing. And then having the energy of having that moment of a surprise, bringing it through. Love how we're just feeling like we're making it like we're speaking through the instrument. It feels like we are living the music. And I think that's what really helps carry this entire perspective of the group, which is just so nice to see, because even though like, you know, that it really feels like we're riding a pocket, like the jazz, like we're in the jazz club and we're all vibing with each other. And that's what this feels like. We can feel it when it's communal, we have a moment, but we also feel the separation, but we're still in the pocket riding it together. And that's something that takes a street perspective to understand. And I love the fact that we get to see that here. I love the little accents of the two, and they're still going. Really nice. They're still having their moment. And how he brings it around, and then right here we go. Love that. Look at it with a little heel clap in the middle. Good God, that was so cool. Yep, this is where we're getting a lot of tap influence here. I love it. Little switch, dun 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 dun. Love the switch outs on that. And I'll say, and then we're running. Here we go. Great spacing on this. Yep, I was seeing one of my guys right here near the front. I think it was just a smidgen off. Oh, I think he added extra tap. No, you were supposed to. It was just slightly off. Switching it through, I think my feature was a little bit too early on that part. Yeah. Finishing the jazz. That was super dope, having everybody come up. He drops down, comes back up. Everybody gets to have their own moment. I would say staging-wise, if we could have this expand out a little bit more, because we do have great spacing on this side. Woo, this was nice. And they finished. Da-dun. He finished, if he was there, just a smidgen too early. So it's just like baby timing stuff. When that light came back on, I'm glad he was still for it. But notice, that was like by the nick of time kind of close, you know? That was super cool. Do I think they may pull out the win? I have more confidence behind DYM winning this one than CyberAgent. I'll put it that way. Especially, I mean, honestly, if you're going off the itemization and categories, that was really, really good on style and skill, especially. Those two things, they should definitely get more judges in favor of them in those two categories than in the others. But I really liked the essence of that. I think it was very, very fitting for DYM. But if you just if you take the concept away, it really, when it comes from a musicality to a content replication or integration, that felt pretty in tune together. And I mean, most of the sets, you do see that. But this one felt like you can't separate the movement from the music. With other ones, you could a little bit. This one, nah, it felt pretty locked in, and that speaks volumes on their integration and musicality this time. This was dope. Let's watch the judges' commentary.
バンドを見てるように
説得力の嵐。
Round 4.
This was really good.
CyberAgent Legit versus DYM Messengers.
Blue, 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 blue. Let up, let up.
Wow. So CyberAgent pulled out the win for this. Interesting. Well, audience, it doesn't surprise me, but like, wow, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Hold on, let me go ahead and make my little note here. So this was a 4-2. I mean, okay. Now, this right here, if we look, so they awarded for skill and style. Here's the thing, those were the two things I was saying out of criteria DYM Messengers should be getting, is the skill and the style. All the other stuff, kind of up in the air, eye of the beholder, you know? CyberAgent legit.
っていうことで見てて飽きないリズムの作り方をしてくるんだろうなと思ったら想像を上回るぐらいの音遊びをしてくれてたっていうのと、一番最初の始まり方とかも何気ないなんかこうちょっとこうカノンが入ったりとか間から人が出てきたりとか出てきたりとかっていう手法なんだけど、それ自体がもう本当に振りがうまいっていう振り付けのうまさがめちゃくちゃ光ってる作品だなと思いました。彼ら自体の演技力もすごく高いし、ダンサーの演技力も高いし、でそれプラス音でしっかり遊んでくれて、全体的に本当に光ってる作品だなっていう感じがしたので、隙なく最後まで楽しく見れる作品でした。で DYM の方は、基本的にビバップで、 ソロのところが個人個人のロッキンだったりブレイキンだったりとか持ち味を生かしたソロを見せるっていう、作品になったと思うんですけど、ストリート色の強い、ビバップでステップで見せるビバップだったと思うんですけど、スピード感もあるし音もかっこいいしで、一人一人が実力があるので他のチームが割と綺麗に振りを揃えてくるのに対して DYM の場合は例えば角度とか腕の上がり方とか足の上がり方とか全然関係なくてタイミングで合わせてくる振りの合わせ方っていうのをしてるので、これって僕とかが昔チームやってる時にはそういうチームを目指してたりもしたので、すごくそういうところが共感できるチームなんですよね。でただやっぱりああやってステージの上で照明が入って審査員席から見てるともうちょっと振りを合わせてくれたらさらに光ってくるかなっていうのはちょっと感じたので、それで彼らの良さが絶対に減ることは絶対ないと思うし、もう実力だけで言ったらピカイチのチームなので、リーグに入ってきて攻め方を本当にこう一回一回試してる、で自分たちのその方向性を試しているところだと思うので、
I personally really like this direction they
とん
have.
でもないチームになる可能性はものすごくあるチームだと思うので、もう本当に僕的にはめちゃくちゃ期待してます。
So he was basically talking about what I kind of emphasized on is that they are continuing to grow through having more synchronicity in the upper body, but it's still not quite as refined as it needs to be.
要所要所に見たことない手法が入っているレジットが、僅差で、上回ってたので、僕はレジットに入れました。
He said that CyberAgent had some stuff that he had never seen before. I guess for me, maybe it's a situation where because I said the opposite. I was like, we're kind of teetering on some predictability and setups. So I just think it's interesting that he took it, he viewed it a different way. What did she give? Style. Yep.
私はレジットの方に依頼させていただきました。まずレジットの方ですね。リズムにこだわっていますっていうことで、もうまさにその音の作りがとても面白くてですね、ポリリズムっていうふうにおっしゃってたんですけど、その部分と
It is polyrhythmically. That's true.
の入りからのその三拍子を取ってますっていうのが全然こう違う拍を取ってる風に感じさせないナチュラルさというか、でそれでいてグルーブその音のこう抑揚、リズムの抑揚を体でこう身体表現するっていうのが本当にレジットは上手で、自分たちでもその音楽を噛み締めて味わって美味しいみたいなところまで持ってってるのをこっちも美味しいって思うように感じさせてくれるのがなんかすごく上手。あとはもう中盤のこうスネアの道でこう遊んでくるような展開があったと思うんですけれども、そこの音の跳ね方だったりとか PT の見せ方と、あと後半に向けて最後畳みかけていくこうショーとしての持っていき方が全体的にこう人の心をヒートアップさせるような作り方がまた本当にだったですごくポイントが私的にはあったと思います。DYM の方ですね、ビバップスタイルっていうものを皆さんねこう表現してらっしゃって、スキルの高さだったりとか皆さんの自由さだったりとか、そのストリート感っていうものを存分に表現してらっしゃって、ルーティン揃えるところで揃えて綺麗に見せるではないけれども全体がまとまっているっていう DYM ならではの強さというか、そういうものがされていたなっていう印象だったんですけれども、作品のビバップっていうものの印象としては、新しさっていうのは私はあまり感じられず、王道のビバップのスタイルを表現していくという、なんかその中に今の時代こう表現するんだみたいなものが見えたらイエイって思ったんですけれども、 そこが割と私が見たことある美学でまとまっていたみたいなところがありました。で、私は、その新しさっていうものの印象で残ったのがレジットだったので、レジットの方に入れさせていただきました。
僕はレジットの方に入れました。先行のレジットなんですけども、もはやジャンルレスというか、ヒップホップとロックとソウルとポップと、音っていろいろ、こんなとこいろんなところで遊べるんだなって教えてくれるような作品だったんじゃないかなと思います。ダンスの展開がすごい見てきてとても面白いし、曲の流れでね、ほんとみんなどんどんいろんなダンスが出てくるのがやっぱり、レジットのメンバーたちもね、いろんな他のダンスね、自分たちのスタイル以外のダンスも上手だし、アクティングを慣れてるんで、レジットは、映えがいいですよね、そんなことやってても。曲の中にいろんな踊りが詰め込まれた感じが素晴らしかったと思います。対する、メッセンジャーズなんですけども、真逆ですね。もう、本当もう、ソロで、最初のプールの、ね、ソロからね、ユーマからのこうソロの流れるような掛け合いからの踊れる人たちがいるから、やっぱりこう生かしつつ、ね、構成とうまく混ぜ込みつつ、メッセンジャーズの新しい風をね、すごく吹かしてると思うんで、D.LEAGUEの中に。ちょっとこの続けていろいろやってほしいですね。スタイルが全然違う対決なんで、これは。両方ともすごい良くて面白かったんですけども、すごい難しい、迷ったっすけどね。よかったけど、でもレジットの作品力がちょっと上回ってたかなっていうところで、僕はレジットの方に。
Based on this verbiage, it's like, I think it just comes across like they get to pick and then they have to make their scores showcase that. Honestly, it'll be better if that's really what they do. If they wait until both groups go to put in their scores, it's going to be way better if they just look at a category and go, they took that, they took that. Don't put a point value next to it. Just literally be like, they took this category, they took this category, and then just put down why. You know, that's going to be way more, that's going to come across more objective than trying to put a point value on something that, you know, you've already looked at both groups and then you're just making up a number to make sure that one group gets the category anyway. Then just say which group gets the category, you know? Or even better yet, just be like, this group wins. I don't know, but like, I think that's my biggest takeaway I'm learning from this is based on some of the verbiage. It's coming across in that way almost, you know? But I like the fact, I mean, definitely in the categories that
僕は
I was
DYM
recommending.
Messengers さんの方に票を入れました。でまずサイバーエージェントレジットさんなんですけど、僕前回もジャッジやらせてもらって前回も全く同じことを思ったんですけど、何よりこんだけジャンルが違うメンバーが集まっていて、自分の専門外のジャンルをやっても全員でユニゾンやっても誰も見劣りしないというか、ほぼほぼみんな同じぐらいのレベルでできている。
Which is great.
今回はその一番大きいテーマで、リズム、ポリリズムだったりとか。
Oh, so the actual theme was
1、2、3、4で4拍子でところを違う拍子で3拍子とか違う拍子で結構難しいと思うんですよ。そこに合わせにいって、なんですけど、そこも
honestly they could have called Royal Brats one polyrhythm because that's all it was. Or
そこがすごいなっていうふうにまず思いました。でも結構欲を言うと2拍子の上に3拍子が乗っかっててみたいな、そういうポリリズムがあったとしたら、例えばですけど下手側の人間がその2拍の方で踊ってて、で逆に上手にいる子たちが3拍の方で踊っててみたいな、結構そのポリリズムのリズムがもっと分かりやすいような、音がもっと視覚的に見えるような気がするので、なんかそういうのがあってもよかったんじゃないかなとかも思います。
So he was saying that the music composition wasn't as refined for the type of concept they were going for.
もう的確に表現していて素晴らしかったです。対する、DYM メッセンジャーズさんなんですけど、これも前回と同じことを言うと、まずかっこよかった。これ第一印象ですね。今回は、バップっていうテーマで、 フールが最初に、真ん中でソロをやった後にユーマくんがその真ん中にグッて入ってきてソロをやって、そこから休みになってソロがつながっていくような、ユーマくんのソロの時点でちょっと心持っていかれたっていうか、もうぐらいもうスキルに関してはこれ満点つけてますけど、もうとにかくやばいなっていう印象ですね。緊張感がずっとあるような感じで進んでいくのかなと思いきや、中盤でこう女子メンバーが3人入ってきた時の、色の変わり方とか、男子から女子にガラッと変わった空気感の変わり方とか、あとは、フールがこう真ん中で踊りながら周りのメンバーに掛け合いじゃないですけどちょっとコミュニケーションを取るような、パートが中盤であったと思うんですけど、緊張感があるっていうよりかは一個のハッピーなショーというかミュージカルというか楽しんで見れたような部分もあって、緊張感だったり楽しく見れたりっていう波があったので、それはすごい心がいろんな方面にも動かされたというか、でもちろんその音楽の面がそうだったっていうのもあると思うんですけど、全員が一個の楽器を背負って本当バンドみたいな、なんかそれぞれがソロでグワーってやる時もあるし、それぞれが一個のなんか時の強さ、なんか圧みたいなのもすごい感じたし、なんか本当いろんな気持ちにさせられましたね。本当バンドを見てるようだなっていう風に見ながら思っていました。結構迷いはしたんですけど、スタイルっていう面と、あとはスキル、この両方が満点をつけたっていう形になって、
Style and skill, those are the two things I said they should be rewarded for.
が上がったという形に。
But the other stuff is a toss-up.
DYM メッセンジャーに入れさせていただきました。
High scores on some of them bad boys.
CyberAgent さんですね。は、ザ・ダンスという感じで難しいことをやっていたんじゃないかなと思います。コレオグラフ、構成だったり全てにこだわりが詰まっていた作品になっていて、クリエーション作品を見てるのはすごく、楽しく見させていただいたんですが、このスタイルを全員がしっかり基礎の部分だったりとかから、見せれてたかっていう部分だったりとか、一つ一つの動きに込めるパワーっていうのがもう一つ見れたらよかったのかなって感じてしまったり、一人一人のダンスの説得力っていうのが
She's growing on me as a judge, not gonna lie. I think I've said that before
強かったのかな
because
DYM さんに入れさせていただきました。
she's one of the few that actually says things that I didn't think about, and I was like,
もう
I still remember, I forgot who it was, but she's like, they operated out of a 360 in their formation. I was like, I didn't even think about that.
歴史と言いますか、そういう背景
This is cool. It's cool.
見える。
I feel like I get more from other judges if it was
私は
translated.
基本的にこうコレオグラフだったり、
That's okay though.
クリエーションとかエンタメを
Google's trying. Google is
見させて
trying.
いただいている部分ではあるんですけど、今回このダンス力といいますか、ダンスとダンスの対決だったのかなと思って見させていただいた際に、DYM メッセンジャーズさんの、高次元のスキルっていうのがすごくこう伝わったので、今回私は DYM メッセンジャーズさんに入れさせていただきました。
Yay! So, that, I believe, concludes round 4, I think. For me, that first half of round 4 really threw me for a loop for many different reasons, as you guys have seen. But tailoring into the bottom 3, I think, like the more recent ones, I definitely feel a little bit more comfortable with just the, in general, like ebbs and flows. If I were to pick a favorite routine out of all of them, honestly, it'd be a tie between Koze 8 Rocks and DYM Messengers. Both teams that lost, like, those were pretty awesome. I mean, I loved Royal Brat's one. I did. But I think when it just comes to the ones that, just my personal preference that have nothing to do with anything, I was a big fan of those two in particular. But shock value, I'd say one of the most creative things was from Katakawa, from that flag pose, coming up with that 2x4. My goodness, I don't think I've seen anything quite like that. That was really sick. I think every group had something interesting about it that definitely made you think, or that captivated in some way, shape, or form. So this round was pretty balanced in terms of, like, there wasn't anybody that just blew it out of the freaking water, you know, in terms of, like, that was the best routine I think we've ever seen. Like, I really feel like round 2 showcased a lot more of that than what we saw here. But remember, we're right here in the middle of the season. We have probably around 10 more rounds to go, and I know one of them that's coming up, round 7, is a Cypher round, so that'll be very interesting to learn more about that. And the discussions are going to be super fun as well with all these, so this was a pretty good matchup. Thank you guys so much for watching. Very excited to continue on my journey with D.LEAGUE and understanding a little bit more kind of what judges are looking for, how the audience votes, as well as just the ebb and the flow of these groups, because as we've noticed with the crews in the very beginning, they all of them had such unrealistically just, it didn't feel like we were watching humans with how clean and how aggressively creative some of these concepts were. But now we're getting into the rounds because we're right in the middle of the season. It feels like we get to see them as humans. They get to have off weeks, great on weeks, amazing concepts that just didn't work out based on who they were against. But there's not a single crew still at this point that has dropped the ball so much where it's like, ooh, I don't know why they're here. All of them have earned their keep time and time and time again, and it makes me really excited every single time I watch a match, because a lot of times for a group, it could be their best week, and other times they can get shut out. You never know, and that's what makes this whole league so interesting. If you want to see me react to these in real time, I always post them on Patreon after I record and edit them. And then normally what I plan on doing is once I officially catch up, I'll be doing the matches, and then I'll probably make a separate video with just the judges' commentary just to kind of hear, and I'll have some separate notes to kind of glean and understand. We'll see though, but we'll keep it all attached in one big video for the time being as we catch up. Once again, I am Jess. I will catch you on the flip side. Bye!